Hey guys, and welcome to Jurassic World. Now this is basically the first Jurassic chat that I have done since June, and basically it's all the information that we've gotten since then, and a little before then actually. And sorry for taking so long to do this, but I'm actually going to be working on another video after this for Tuesday, especially because Tuesday's a big day, because Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom will be out on Blu-ray and DVD. So let's get into this. So first, real quick, I wanted to talk really quick about the worldwide gross of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Now look, it had a budget of 170 to 187 million, ended up making about 1.303 billion, and it's worldwide gross, and it actually achieved the 1 billion mark on July 5th. Let's see, it's the 35th film and Universal's 7th film to achieve this, and it made 130 to 150 million on its opening weekend. So that was pretty cool that it was able to achieve that, and definitely helped greenlight Jurassic World 3. But anyway, next, it's kind of a haberdashery of different stuff I was getting a hold of, so just bear with me. So first of all, Clayton Fioriti actually did a video about this. Also, congratulations, Clayton, for hitting the 100K subscriber mark. So hopefully we'll get that one day. But anyway, he did point, someone pointed out, I forget it, but check out his video that he did. It's pretty cool. That basically, even though it's more of a tease or a mistake, really, of when the Sinoceratops was noted as a Pachyrhinosaurus instead, that was kind of a late decision to do that, probably for the Chinese market. You know, you kind of like what they did with Iron Man 3. You know, you throw some Chinese stuff in, and it really sells the movie. Well, they probably added the Sinoceratops, you know, to sell it to that Chinese market. You know, a Chinese dinosaur. So, still a good idea, and it also shows an obscure dinosaur to the public. And I really like the Sinoceratops, so I'm not complaining. But basically, it's actually in the travel logs noted as Pachyrhinosaurus, and it technically makes it canon now. I mean, they can always play with it, with the canon, introduce, you know, Pachyrhinosaurus, maybe one, you know, or something like that, which would be really cool, because Pachyrhinosaurus has always been my favorite, well, really my second favorite herbivorous dinosaur next to Edmontosaurus. So I'd really like to see Edmontosaurus is extinct in the Jurassic World franchise now. But yeah, I'd love to see Pachyrhinosaurus appear. And that is, we are getting to a lot of ceratopsians now being introduced, but then again, they're really cool dinosaurs. We technically have Triceratops and Sinoceratops, and you know, there's so many other herbivores that are kind of, you know, in and around. You know, I originally thought I saw Strachosaurus in the DNA vial in the movie, but I've been looking back constantly, and it just doesn't look like Strachosaurus anymore. And you know, I guess I made a mistake like that, but I thought it was Strachosaurus, and they could always introduce Strachosaurus still. And then that would technically be the third ceratopsian Sinoceratops, or sorry, Pachyrhinosaurus, or fourth, sorry. Next to Triceratops, Sinoceratops, and Microceratus. So it'd be really cool if they explain that in canon, that yeah, Pachyrhinosaurus did get off the island, because we know that they technically did exist, although I had to check the map to see if they were still alive, if they were extinct. I had to check that. Next, Jurassic World fandom. I want to talk about this real quick, because I usually get a lot of my information from him for my videos. And unfortunately, they took his page down. Y'all probably already know this if you're fans on Instagram and all that. But I recommend you go check out his new pages, which are Jurassic World Fandom, Jurassic World Backup, and Jurassic World Toy Line. And basically, those are the three that he's running right now. But Jurassic World Fandom is his one that he mostly uses, you know. So it's a little disappointing, because he had a lot of really cool stuff on his page. So it really sucks that it's gone. Let's see. Gotta wait on that. Anyway, you want to check out this, I think I've reported on this before, I don't know, but basically this Jurassic World restaurant, or technically a few of them that have popped up in Tokyo and Osaka, and, you know, in Japan, and it features some of these cool menus. So, gotta go back and look. I can't do it because this one that I have down here doesn't have Instagram. I know there's like a really black looking burger that I think was pulled from something like Arby's or something like that. They had like something like that a few years ago, the black burger or whatnot. That you got like a mosasaurus drink and like a salad of some kind. I don't know, I can't remember. But anyway, the pictures are up here. I got to edit them in later. But next, let's see, Jurassic World Exodus, the fan film, released just a few about a month ago. I'm still going to react to it. I got permission to, so I'm going to be reacting to it on the channel at some point. But yeah, that was a really big one that's come up recently, and yeah, I suggest y'all go check it out for yourselves. And they were using practical effects and all that, so I'm really excited to see how it goes. Makes you wonder whatever happened to Jurassic Park Origins. Where did that ever go? Because dadgum, that thing's been in production for like 8 years. Anyway, next, just going on to some of the other stuff, you know, toys and whatnot. We'll cover all that. Chronicle Collectibles, sorry, has their, you know, their whole lineup, and this is from way back about a few months ago, but I figured I'd go ahead and talk about it. You can see the Alan Grant here. They also have, you know, some different ones from Fallen Kingdom. I don't think they have an Indoraptor yet, I don't believe, but they do have the Baby Blue, which looks really adorable and really cool because it's really accurate to how she looks in the movie in Fallen Kingdom. Got a Raptor egg, and then some classics like the Triceratops, the T-Rex Breakout. Brandon, I'd love to get that, but don't know where. I'd have to make the space, and it's way too expensive for me. But man, is it cool! And Raptor Claw, and I think they're working on a Barbasol can, I think they said the most accurate replica they can get to, but apparently that's what they're working on now. So yeah, Chronicle Collectibles. Also, if you're into fashion, Site D Fashion, I don't know really the whole story behind it, but basically it's a whole Jurassic World themed fashion line. But basically that's all it is, and I'm no judge for fashion, so I'll let y'all look at the pictures and judge for yourself. But on another note, we actually get some Jurassic World jewelry. Yeah, so you can go out and get your clothes and your bling all in one place if you're a big Jurassic World fan, ladies. Anyway, moving on, we can talk real quick about, well, we'll talk about Jurassic World Evolution for a second. So essentially, you know, I haven't talked about it in a while. Y'all already know about, you know, the DLC that came out for Fallen Kingdom. We'll talk about that one first real quick. And, you know, it came out with the extra skins and the 6 new dinosaurs, of course. Carnotaurus, Stygimoloch, Sinoceratops, let's see, Baryonyx. Then, of course, the Indoraptor, which Indoraptor is awesome. I mean, that was such a cool dinosaur to see running around in the game. Still, you know, because I don't have the game yet, so it's really cool to see people play with those creatures around their parks. And the last one being Allosaurus, which I left that for last because that's actually my favorite one part of the DLC. Because in the movie, they're juvenile. They don't have, you know, a lot of detail and all that. They're kind of just plain. They look like, you know, baby Allosauruses. And there's actually 2 of them that I discovered in the movie, so that'll be for another video. But in the game, they're actually their adult selves, and they look very much in a way to the Papo Allosaurus, and they look amazing. And I'm actually, I kind of got the idea that they didn't get so much screen time in the movie because they were juveniles, but in Jurassic World 3, it's gonna be so awesome to see them as adults, you know, with the osteoderms and the little spikes and everything, and fully adults. It's gonna be really awesome, so I can't wait for that. And then, of course, actually they have a sale going on right now for Jurassic Evolution, 15% off, making it about $51 US. So there's that. And then yeah, the new update patch well, actually it's already out, which basically covers some stuff like the rain on Nublar, the dinosaur resizing, which I watch Best in Slot mostly, and he was showing it, and the Giganotosaurus is no longer the little midget baby freak, so it's actually size comparative to the Spinosaurus and the T-Rex. The Spinosaurus actually looks a little bigger than the T-Rex, it's about the same length, but it's skinnier but taller, you know, and it looks so much better. The Ceratosaurus was downsized a little bit to better match, you know, the Majungasaurus and Carnotaurus. Then the T-Rex is downsized just a little bit as well to better match the Giganotosaurus and the Spinosaurus. So everyone is back to their normal selves, or what they should have been originally. But yeah, among other things, I forget quite what it is, but we also got the challenge mode, which is new as well, and you get a new skin for the Indominus Rex and the Deinonychus. But challenge mode, and I've heard it's pretty hard to beat the Jurassic mode, but yeah, that's out as well, and a few other things, but I can't remember what they are. But there's tons of videos explaining what is in the update patch, so it's really cool that they got that, and hopefully we'll get a new content patch later on down the line, maybe in December or something like that. Anyway, moving on, we've got already did that. So basically, let's talk about this really quick. Jurassic Park the ride closed, I believe it was September 7th or September 12th. But anyway, it's closed now. The Hollywood one, the one in Singapore and the one in Islands of Adventure in Orlando are still open. And actually, I think they're building more on the Jurassic Park aspect than the Jurassic World aspect. I've actually heard I think they're building a new roller coaster for the Jurassic Park one in Orlando. However, Jurassic World will be the main new look of the Hollywood version, which will probably include the new dinosaurs like the Indoraptor and Indominus Rex. We actually already saw them working on the ride, which includes the Indominus Rex versus the T-Rex. I've actually already reported on that before, so that's pretty cool. And essentially, yeah, it's closed, and some people got to go see it. You know, I forgot to write their names. Ariana Richards got to ride it one last time, you know. So Lex got to ride it one last time. Let's see, and two other people I forgot. They actually beat the record, I think, by riding it 60 times in one day, or maybe I don't know if it was in one day or their whole lives. I mean, that's still pretty impressive though, riding the ride for 60 times. So I wish I got to ride it once. But I'm trying to find their names. It's gonna drive me nuts. I think it was Devin. Devin? Yeah, of course. Let me find it right here. I might have had it right here. Yeah, no. Oh, okay, Devin and Chelsea. And I couldn't tell at the end. I don't know if he was actually proposing to her, but it looked like he was. So congratulations, you two, if that was really what happened, because it was an amber ring, and he put it in the Barbasol can. He was on. It looked like he was on his knee, so I assume he was proposing. So good luck to those two Jurassic Park fans. Moving on. So yeah, it's sad, but it's gonna be interesting seeing us get, you know, because you do have to revamp things, you know, to keep it going. And at least we'll still have the version that's in Orlando. You know, that one's unchanged, relatively the same as the Hollywood version. So, and it'll be interesting to see what they do with the Jurassic World concept. Maybe add the gyrospheres. But anyway, moving on to, I don't know. Let's talk about the toys for a second. So, okay, Mattel, you know, this was back from CDC Comic-Con. You know, yes, San Diego Comic-Con. But essentially, okay, so we're getting 16 new species, mind you. 16 new species, and I actually did a video back in my recent Toy Talk. I addressed, you know, the 16 species, the 6-inch toy line, all that, and defending it a little bit. I still think it'll work and all that, and a lot of people will agree with me as well. I do agree that you do need to start working on more vehicles, some maybe more characters, and definitely more play sets would definitely suffice. But they are working on the 6-inch line, and I hope I do agree with, I forget his name, but he's in my comment section quite a bit, that they should downsize him a little bit, because they're actually going to, I just found out, it's going to bug me with this floor, that they are working on more detailed, larger figures for this specific line. So I just wonder how it's going to play out. I mean, we actually are getting Two new species that we know of that are coming are actually a Margosaurus, which you haven't seen a Margosaurus in any kind of media, well, except the games and whatnot, really since the Amargaspinus hybrid in the Chaos Effect toy line. The other one is a massive Brachiosaurus figure. And I mean, this thing is probably going to be bigger than the colossal T-Rex. I mean, if you're judging a figure about that big, which is the human figure, and then you look at the massive size of the Brachiosaurus, I mean, this thing's going to be huge. Like, rivaling and probably exceeding the size of the colossal T-Rex. And this is probably going to be the biggest, Jurassic toy in history of all the toys. So it sounds really cool. But I also wonder what species they're going to try and do. Are they going to try and revamp, you know, what they did for the 6-inch line for a collector's line of the 6-inch figures? Or, you know, sorry, the 3/4 scale figures? Which would be interesting, but I don't know if it's exactly what I want. I don't know if I wanted all the things that come with the 6-inch line. I definitely wanted some of the smaller figures, maybe smaller dinos, and then the human figures. But I do hope that they don't murky the water, you know, with this new line. I think that as long as they make, well, if they're expanding more out with it, it's going to definitely go into more stores. But I always thought that they try to keep it like a Target exclusive or something like that, like the Legacy Collection, that it would be more beneficial to everyone. So that collectors could only go to Target or go online or whatnot to get these specific figures. Like, I wonder also, like, it couldn't be too size comparative because those are going to be some massive figures, you know. Like, if you're going to do a human that big, the T-Rex is going to be absolutely enormous, so. Which I'm not really against. I mean, you know, collectors can collect whatever they want, and you can have the toy collectors, you know, for 3/4 scale figures, and you can have the collectors for the much larger and more detailed figures. I just really would like to get a highly detailed Indoraptor or a highly detailed Indominus Rex. That just sounds really awesome to me. But anyway, yeah, I'll leave that up to y'all. But yeah, we are getting those with the toys. And then we got a few looks at a new Lego set, which I'll put here. It's not really much. It's a little character pack. And one second, I'm actually going to check through all this. Speaking of sweets earlier, or I was talking about the ride, but I think it's for the cruises, you know, the cruise of Universal, but essentially for kids, they've actually designed new Jurassic World theme rides, which for some reason include the Stegoceratops, which I don't know why they thought that would be a good idea to include. I mean, it's probably going to confuse kids thinking, wait, what's that dinosaur? Where's that one in the movies? Seriously, they should have given us the Stegoceratops in some way. I mean, it was such a cool idea and such a cool design that they actually worked on. But anyway, yeah, new kid sweets, which I've actually explained before, but I got more clarification on recently. So yeah, they're for kids, they're not for, you know, adults and all that. And then, you know, got the plans and all that around for how they are designed. Next is another Mattel toy I forgot to explain that actually we really just learned about this. The Mattel Jurassic World Alpha Training Blue, which I haven't seen any videos on it yet, but it's just basically a little kind of like the Zoomer Indominus Rex in a way, but you know, it's a toy. I haven't really learned much about it yet, so I'll have to look at it in the future. But yeah, that's another toy coming out. I don't know how much it's gonna be. Assuming it's a smart toy, probably 30 to 50 bucks. You know, the highest maybe being 100 or so. Moving on, deck on this floor. We are actually finally getting the Funko Le Figure. Like we've gotten a lot of the other figures. You know, the Legacy line. We got John Hammond, Alan Grant, Ian Malcolm, Robert Muldoon, as well as Dennis Nedry, and the dinosaurs, the Allosaurus, Velociraptor, and T-Rex. And then for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, we got the Indoraptor, got Stiggy Malik, got Blue, got Owen, got Claire. I don't think we got Ian Malcolm from Fallen Kingdom, or Zaya or Franklin. I could be wrong though. But I think that's all we got from Fallen Kingdom. But we are finally getting the Funko Le figure, which I believe is going to be an exclusive, because she's in the Jurassic Park Jeep. I think it's number 16. I can't remember, but she's in the Jeep, like how it was teased before. But I guess everything's gone through with her now, and she's finally going to be hitting stores soon. So we're finally going to get her as our little Funko. if I haven't already talked about, I think I've already talked about it before, that Colin Trevorrow is coming back to direct Jurassic World 3. I think I already talked about that though, but just a little quick note there in case I didn't. Then we actually got some new concept art featuring some deleted scenes as well. Well, tons of stuff. We got concept art for Ian Malcolm in the court scene. We got Claire and Owen at the bar. We got basically the fallout of Fallen Kingdom, all the dinosaurs trying to survive the volcanic eruption. We got concept art of the Spinosaurus returning and fighting Rexy. We have the Indoraptor playing with a human skull in its cage, which apparently was going to be a worker that unfortunately met his end in the movie, which sounds utterly terrifying yet really cool at the same time. We also got the look of, well, I already talked about those before. We know the ones we've already gone through before, the visitor center and all that. And I'll have to do a whole thing with the concept art later on down the line. But really the coolest one, and I'll throw in some extras if I find them up here, whichever ones I find. We do have one specifically that's really cool of the Indoraptor with a sibling, which is white. And frankly, this sounds almost just like how the new How to Train Your Dragon movie's going. But Night Fury and Light Fury. So maybe that's why they cut it, or maybe they just didn't want to tread the sibling path again. But it was a really cool design for the white Indoraptor. I think it would have been cool to see them both, sort of the yin and yang. I think it would have been pretty cool. But anyway, that's all the concept art. What is this? We're going to talk about that. Oh, besides Universal and, you know, the ride and the new child suites for the tours, or the whatevers, they are actually working on a new fountain display, which will feature Jurassic World, and there's the picture right here. So it's going to be pretty cool. They're going kind of the Disney route in a way, but yeah, their new fountain thing will show off different franchises, and Jurassic World's going to be one of them. Next is really some sad news, and really makes you wonder what's going to happen with Jurassic World 3, since apparently Legendary is leaving Universal. I think they're going back to their parent company, Warner Bros., you know, because they're doing all that stuff over there. So it's kind of to wonder who will do it from now on. Is it Industrial Light and Magic Legendary now? But anyway, essentially someone else will have to, unless they can make out a deal for the final Jurassic World film, it looks like someone else is going to be handling the CGI for Jurassic World 3. Next, well, really this is some older news as well. Essentially, as y'all know, it's kind of a spoiler for anyone who doesn't know, there was a Brachiosaur that dies in Fallen Kingdom as they're leaving the island, that it succumbs to the volcanic fumes. And sadly, apparently, that is the same Brachiosaurus we saw in the first Jurassic Park. Although I have to explain that. Is it the first one from Jurassic Park or Fallen Kingdom? Anyway, Jurassic Park. It's the same one. Same dinosaur, sadly. Moving on from that really sad note, let's see. Already talked about all that Jurassic. Okay, so Jurassic Outpost already. Jurassic Outpost has a new thing going. Well, really a new part of their site going. That is basically a comprehensive guide to the dinosaurs of Jurassic Park, the franchise. So I mind you go take a look. I did find some stuff that was. I don't blame them for that. I just go into every detail about every dinosaur that's ever been introduced or teased or anything. But they do go into all the dinosaurs that have been confirmed to have survived or lived, or, you know, somewhat in the franchise. So go check that out. Also, the Simpsons Halloween episode. I've never watched Simpsons, so I don't really mind so much. But apparently Jurassic World is going to be the or a focus of their Halloween special. So there's that. And finally, let's take a look at some awesome Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom animatronic models that was for one of the movie openings or whatnot, press tour or whatnot. But essentially it shows the T-Rex, Carnotaurus, Blue, Indoraptor, and a really cool look at the Sinoceratops. I just think it's a really cool dinosaur. But anyway, guys, if you're done looking at all that, that's really it for this Jurassic chat number 60. And right after this, I'm going to be doing some recording for another video I'm working on that will be out Tuesday. So it's going to be a really cool video. It's going to be a really cool video, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos. Hope y'all enjoyed this video and all the information I was able to gather up. And hopefully from now on out, I'll be able to keep everything together so I can work on another Jurassic chat with all the information that we get. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos, and let's hit the 2,100 subscriber mark. Gotta beat that.